Today on AGNERDS, we're going to talk about the playbook. Last episode, Pete showed that he got the playbook that morning. He's had a chance to look at it, review it. Pete, what are the early reviews?
Okay. Well, good to talk with you, Shaun. But yeah, here's the device, obviously. Um, the media reporting, I guess, on the playbook has been to talk a little bit about some of the issues that it's had. There are some negative elements to the launch. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you here. I've been a BlackBerry guy from day one. I want it to be a good product. I want it to do well. I really like my torch. Waited for the playbook, got it, and it is going to be a dynamite device, but it's not quite there yet.
Okay,
There's a
so
few,
you think they launched it too early? It went out too fast? What's the issue?
it went out too fast.
Okay.
Here are the issues. They've already addressed a number of them. First of all, as we've talked before, BlackBerry Manager or Messenger (BBM) is one of the real attractions of having a BlackBerry, and they launched the playbook without BBM. Crazy.
This
So it
doesn't
took a
make sense
couple
to
of
me.
weeks. Doesn't make sense. It's there now. It's actually a pretty good version of the software. So that's cool. Give them credit. They didn't have it when they launched it, but it's there now. I like it. Um, the tethering with the BlackBerry, where you access the web through your BlackBerry device, that seems to work fine. There is a little caveat that I didn't realize. I couldn't get it to work, and then I called my provider, which happened to be Rogers, and they said you have to have a 1 gig data plan in order to tether effectively. That wasn't communicated with the media. There was no message about that when I bought the playbook. I think it was a $5 a month change in my bill. I
Wow.
moved some other things around and ended up with a lower bill anyway. So it turned out to be a productive call. But for those that have the playbook and are maybe struggling with the tethering, it could be that you have to modify your data
Okay.
plan. And,
There
and
there would
that's
be a lot of people that wouldn't have that much on their data plan.
Yeah, my data plan was 500 meg before that, and now it's 1 gig. And I asked them, do I need 1 gig? And no, you don't.
Yeah.
Um, so maybe there's a bit of a grab there,
With
but
your BBM, does it is it synced with your phone BBM? So
yes, it is.
if you sent okay, so they interact with each other.
Yeah, they interact, and that's the other cool thing is that you can see all your email, all your files from your BlackBerry Torch. You see them on your playbook.
Okay.
Um, So the other issues, and there's been a couple of the operating systems already updated a couple of times, and it's working smoothly. The web surfing is excellent. Like it's really a nice tool, and I think it's similar to the iPad in that respect. It's really nice to bomb around on the web. Um, for agriculture, agronomy type stuff is really cool on this device. It's much better than on the Torch.
Okay.
The other thing I
How
like about it is it's the size of it is just right that you hold it like this and you're typing away with your thumbs. So it's not like an iPad where you have it flat and then you kind of bump away like this. You can hold it in front of you and your thumbs type away. And I'm not a screen typer. I don't like it. I prefer the buttons, but I'm getting good at it. It's
okay?
coming.
How's the battery?
Okay, we were all worried about the battery. The battery on the Playbook is fine. The issue is that you have to have your Bluetooth running on your Torch to interact, and I find that the battery life on my Torch, on my BlackBerry, is more the issue than the battery life on the Playbook.
Okay, so explain to people how that works. So you tether the device, so the playbook essentially runs off charges or runs off the battery of your phone.
No, no, but it's using Bluetooth to communicate back and forth with
Oh,
your
I see. Okay.
BlackBerry, right? That's how you tether. That's how you connect your BlackBerry device to the Playbook. It's using Bluetooth. Um, and that's chugging away all the time when you're tethered. So if you forget to, say you have your Playbook tethered to your device, your BlackBerry, and you forget about it for a while, it's constantly communicating back and forth, and it can wear out the or can shorten the lifespan of the battery on the BlackBerry. So that's a minor issue. When I'm in the tractor, which is when I use this primarily, I have my BlackBerry plugged in most of the time anyway, so it's not a big inconvenience. But Yeah, I thought the battery life on the Playbook was going to be the issue, and it's more on the BlackBerry.
How's it has a camera? How is the camera?
Camera's okay, but no flash. So if you're in a dark environment, the images are not great. I haven't done a lot with the camera, to be honest with you. Um, the video quality is really good. So, I watch TV on it, to be honest with you, and some of the sitcoms that you can watch or whatever, or the news. The video quality is excellent.
Okay.
It's really good.
Does it is it flash enabled?
It is flash enabled, and that's one of the separating features from iPad is that iPad's not flash enabled. So you can go to any website that has flash video, and away you go. So it is a great tool for surfing the web. It's not great for Twitter. Somebody's got to come up with a better Twitter app, and that, I would say that one of the weaknesses is there just aren't enough apps yet. It's the pickings are slim right now, and it's going to take a little while. And hopefully, the word is that they're going to open up Android's App Market. And if that's the case, then all of a sudden we've got access to a lot of apps. Whether they render perfectly on a Playbook, we'll see. But that's supposed to be what's going to happen.
So, Pete, does it come with 3G or is it just the Wi-Fi?
Right now, the way the Playbook works is you can access the web either through Wi-Fi. Like when I'm in the house, it uses Wi-Fi from my router, and I'm good to go. It's fine. When I'm not near Wi-Fi, if you want the web, the way it works is you tether to your BlackBerry, as we discussed. I guess people that have asked me, should I buy a Playbook? I guess my response would be they're supposed to have the 3G version later this summer, which means you wouldn't need to tether to your BlackBerry, right? It would be like its own mobile device. Any place where there's 3G signal, you would have access to the web and the rest of it. So I think potentially it might make sense to wait for the 3G version if you're not super motivated to have one immediately.
How much does the Playbook cost?
I think it was $499.
Okay, and that's how much memory?
That's the 16 gig.
16 gig.
Yeah.
So what is a 64 worth?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I think it may add $100 or so. I really am questioning why you would need that extra memory. I'm not sure.
Well, come on. How many? It depends on how much music and photos you have.
I guess it would be video that would eat it up, but yeah.
Like download, the full entire Seinfeld collection or something like that, and
yeah,
you're tying up a lot of data.
Yeah, that might be where it's at. But to be honest with you, the way I'm going to use it, I think 16 gig would be fine.
So, what's the coolest thing about this Playbook?
The cool thing is how well it renders video, for one thing. Number two, I like the size. I wondered if I'd like it versus the larger iPad. It's easier to use, manipulate, type on. The video quality is awesome. It has flash, which iPad doesn't. They need to get more apps and tools built for this operating system. I think that'll come. The BBM aspect of it, the BlackBerry Messenger is cool. And lastly, the thing multitasks nicely. You can have everything going at once here. You can have websites, you can have BBM, you can have video playing, and that's another element that I don't think iPad can do yet.
Yeah, it's not as good on the iPad. There's some things, your iPod or your music, you can sometimes play in the background in some apps, but overall it doesn't multitask terribly well. But when you're multitasking the Playbook, I guess it depends on how many windows you have open or whatever they're called. Does it really slow down the device?
Not at all. No, not that I've noticed. And the user interface is really cool. Like you just get flying around, and it's hard to describe without showing, but it's really easy to bounce around between apps, web, email, BBM, apps. It's all going on, and it is a powerful. I think the CPU, like the computing power and the software, is very powerful and slick. It's just that maybe they've got this device out a few months early, to be honest.
Just a touch.
Yeah.
Okay, Pete, we'll talk to you next time on AGNERDS.
Right on.